So information, I think we're quite different. Okay. So let me give a quick, my look at this revolt of the Thai elite. Okay. I think if you look at the actors, mostly the so-called protesters, you can date back to 2004, the so-called PAD, People's Alliance for Democracy, the so-called yellow shirt that started the massive anti-government occupy, seize the building, official building, occupy the international airport for the first time in the world. Okay. Mostly the people who joined the group, I would call the so-called middle classes. Okay. Now, when you compare with the red church, okay, similar, yeah, but not exactly the same. Yeah, I think the ASEAN Foundation done a good job on this survey of both backgrounds of the protesters from the yellow to the red shirt. Yeah. So I borrowed some of them from Europe, but this is from another Thamasak group study. But similar, that mostly they coming from the so-called middle strata of people, okay, in terms of income, education, okay. But the yellow shirt has much higher middle class background in terms of their socio-economic status, okay. The red shirt has lower in of the middle classes. You can see from that, like here the red shirt in terms of their background, career, I mean, classic economic classes, still mainly from agricultural base, okay. Very few, 6% from merchant commercial classes, and self-employed a lot, 15. Okay. Yellow shirt, government and state agency a lot, and less from agricultural base, okay. More on their commercial, okay, career, and less on self-employed. I mean, so this will tell you, the background and their opinions of their political. Okay. And this is only the red shirt education. You can see that mostly come from primary education background. Okay, secondary, about 20%. College, I mean, bachelor degrees, less than 20, but still, I think, on the mark. Okay. Higher than the BA, bachelor degree, less than 5%. Okay. Which the yellow shirt will have a higher, in terms of that college degree, and secondary degree. So this is the reason why they joined the protest, okay, movement. I didn't make it clear, I can change the color, The left, okay, darker color is the red shirt, and the brown is the yellow shirt, okay. So you see that the reason to join the protest, okay, number one, anti-coup, okay, the red shirt higher than the yellow shirt, okay, injustice, okay, the court in terms of the handling of the issue, yellow shirt higher than the yellow shirt. Because of the government non-elected prime minister, the red shirt also higher, okay. The only one that the yellow shirt is higher than the red is on rich and poor inequality. Against the popular belief, they tend to believe the red shirt coming from the provinces, so they must feel that the poor, they're from ASEAN, they're from Northeastern, they've been looked down, so they must come with that, revenge or something, But according to the survey, they said no, they didn't come to do because they're poor or they suffer from inequality in the past development something. No, that's not the issue. But they acknowledge that issue. But it's not the reason that they joined that movement. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, now I will move quickly. So and the problem of the middle class in the political change, mostly not that drastic. It has been addressed, has been resolved within the so-called democracy, either government or rule. So everything favors the middle classes. in the past 100 years. Okay. So what happened to these new emerging middle classes? Okay. In the case of Thailand, I think pretty much probably similar in most of Southeast Asia. The so-called middle class is weak and has no active political roles. Okay, they are not determinant in the political system. Okay, and this is really clear. This is just give you some picture of the Thai middle classes. Okay, the second picture is the CP group. Okay, last couple months ago, they visit the king in the palace before him. Okay, to give donation and blah blah blah. So that's the tradition. Okay, I think if any big company here, they know that first thing they come to Thailand is you have to address the king, the monarchy, to the palace. Okay, all right. So and so in the 60s, the famous study on Thai politics gave this some mention. The problem of Thai politics is the passivity of the middle class. Okay, there's no role, no nothing. Okay, all right. And soon, another study from Frederick from Hawaii, give a much more, wider picture development. They said, okay, because the middle class under the so-called bureaucratic polity, okay, that means, from 1932, Thai politics under the bureaucracy, and the bureaucracy dominated by the armed forces, was and is the main, the core, core of the game. Okay, so that's why the middle class has no role. Okay. Now, that picture changed in 1973 with the uprising led by the student intellectuals. Okay, from 1973, 40 years. Okay, that old picture has been moved into the new, much more democratized, much more open, and the party form constitution be rewritten, and the Thai politics try to stick to the new, democracy. Okay, and okay, along the way, the thing that Thai politics still cannot, go over is the issue of power, government power. Okay, and government power in Thai politics is related to the development of the so-called Thai absolutism. Okay, well, absolutism is borrowed from European history. When the end of the so-called feudalism in Europe, 18th, 19th century, emerging with the new absolute state. That means all the kings gave way to the bourgeoisie and the middle class business people come in to gradually take over and start establish the constitutional rule. Okay, so that's the pattern that happened in Europe. I think in Asia, absolutism probably only applies to Japan and Thailand. Other countries, because of colonization, so the local elite, the local chief or king, disappeared. No role at all. Okay, so Thai monarchy survived in the 19th century colonization and established its own absolutism. Okay, so the notion of absolute state, always related and developed within the monarchy system. Okay, and until 1932, when the coup or revolution overthrew the monarchy, replaced it with constitutional monarchy. Okay. But the issue that never really settled and resolved is the sovereign power. Okay. Sovereign power still relies on the monarchy, even though the king has no role, no political power. But because the revolution is a compromise between the bureaucratic elite and the old elite, so in order to avoid bloodshed and transform into the new regime, so quickly they settle with half and half. Okay, the people's government have your new power, but the old power kept it in the up above the political the arena. Okay, so they think soon that will disappear, like every other country. The monarchy will go under the constitution. But the Thai case is not that easy, because the revolution did not involve, transformation of economic basis. Okay, the People Party under P.D. Phanomyung, the father of my university, Thammasat, introduced economic reform, but it was shut down, and quickly, the old elite and the loyalists gathered together, managed to sidestep that economic reform. And ever since, I think that no economic reform ever happened in Thailand until now. Everything hang on privilege and status, and landed gentry and order intact. Okay, is the most issue that no government in 80 years can touch. Land tax never implemented in this country. Okay, taxation is the most privileged system in, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so I like this cartoon enough. This is when Thaksin was elected the prime minister, and the issue against Thaksin is that he tried to compete with the loyal powers. So this is his opponent. If you look at there's no head. Okay, anyone can come. And that simply show the mirror that this is the loyal powers against the TRT party. Okay. I mean, at that time, this is the 6, 7 years ago. No one thinks that it's just a cartoon. So it's just fun to look at. But coming now, it's becoming more and more real, more and more. And if you listen to all these opponents of the government, opposition, they call for the so-called appointed neutral cabinet government, or prime minister first, and then the prime minister will appoint his own cabinet, and then appointed establish the so-called People's Council. How? It's not written in any constitution. No rule, no way they can do it. The answer is yes, by royal appointment, citing the Article 7 in the Constitution. Article 7 just simply general emergency. The government should do according to the tradition in order to resolve the crisis, like in wartime or whatever. But the opposition said yes, this is emergency. And tradition is the king appointed the first prime minister Ajahn Sanya after October 14, 1973. So we call it the October model. Okay. Which they criticized that and said, no, you cannot use that as a tradition, because that was accident. And that appointment came because the situation at that time, the constitution did not work, function properly. Okay, government under the Field Marshal Thanet Aphornsuvan was authoritarian. Okay, so the uprising is against tyranny. Okay, so there is no way that any elected, any government can come in during that crisis. So they can appoint the rector of Thammasat to take care of the situation and become the prime minister to do the rewriting of the new constitution. That's all. Okay, but this one being used as see, this is the tradition of Thai democracy. Okay. Now we're gonna move. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so we're talking about back to the middle class again. Interesting thing about from the yellow shirt to the red shirt and the protest, that even though we call them the middle class, but if you look into detail, I mean, many who join the masses, not very middle class. Okay, so like yellow shirt, a lot of the so-called loyalty, okay, joy, for the first time, public protest against the government. It never happened before in the past. Okay. And many business, people, okay, organizations, public or not publicly, join from the yellow shirt. The same thing with the red shirt, okay, but the red shirt has no loyalty, okay, so far. And you have the technocrats you have the so-called educated classes. A lot of government officials now take side. Okay, join with the protesters from the beginning. Okay? And since I coming from the university, I saw with my eyes, from yellow shirt movement down to the gray shirt and to the present one. The administrators of public universities, okay, especially, it's no cricket, so I can mention it. Yula, Thammasat, Mahidol, okay, this is the big three, for the first time in 80 years, declare their intention publicly to join, to protest, okay, anti-government, okay, and okay, this is the PDRC, okay, the now the protester movement. The first one, I think that's the usual, okay, people from the provinces or from, other groups. And the right hand, you see the Dean of Sigarat Hospital and Faculty of Medicine. Okay. This protest has a very special, characteristic, that many of the top, elite, intellectuals, media, celebrities, okay, singers, movie stars, you name it, everyone, went at the stage, join, the protester. It's like a holiday or something, But they speak politics, They know that they're anti-government. Okay. So it's very broad-based, actually, it's not really middle class. I have to say that. This protester, this movement, okay. I still think that it's much more elite in terms of their background, their interest, in terms of their involvement, And the last thing that to take into consideration in Thai politics, the so-called network Thai, okay. Network is a new concept introduced by political scientists a few years ago. But this concept been used in sociology, in anthropology, many years ago. It's not new. It's very, common in a concept. But it becomes very crucial in Thai politics now because the analysis uses to explain what they saw as a significant Thai politics, the so-called network monarchy. It's not network, of any person or business or blah blah blah, like we know it. But in Thailand, that emerged something very significant, very unusual in compared to other countries. That this network, all related, to the monarchy as an institute and as a person. Okay, so the yellow shirt can claim using their sign that we love the king. In order to march, we protect the king. To march against the government. So how the two related? You know, you can decide on your own. Okay. So it's kind of a good blanket, check bank, that we can do. Okay. But it's very powerful, because we have the law so less majestic. So make it, very influential that. If you're able to support, to be loyalist, to be, if they speak older loyalist, you get praise, you get cheers, from Thai rebels. Okay. But if you're critical of that movement, you'd be sued, you'd be under, arrest and persecuted heavily. Okay. The last verdict is 20 years of less majestic. Okay. So it's not simple. It's not something that take for granted like in the past now. But it become a real plural, tools and movement. Okay. Okay. Now we come to the last. Okay. Effects of the crisis. I mean, people know. I think you have to. I just put it for in terms of economy, the Thai economy now sinking every day, and no hope of going up, even everything finished, it will take years, to recoup and to redo it again, okay. But I think the more detrimental and have a probably longer impact is on political system. Okay, we are on the brink of whether do we want the so-called democracy. Okay, democracy is I mean the name that everyone uses. Okay, everyone claims a democracy. But what kind of democracy that is group now one? Okay, so I think we can see the two solution to proposal coming. One propose that the democracy is good when we have so-called virtuous people run the system. From the government, from the MP, from Senate, everything, you have to be virtuous. How to be virtuous? Okay, you can decide your own. That's why they want a new people to clean up, to cleanse all these politicians. Okay, maybe we have to do a new exam or I don't know. We want to see. But another group said, okay, let the normal democratic system, take care of political system, government. That means election, and you have check and balance, the court, the parliament, the many independent organizations. We have constitutional court, administrative court, we have human rights commission, we have and the last one is the masses can go out now. The constitutional court declared that to protest against the government, even though you occupy, you seize the government, don't let them function, is constitution in Thailand. Okay, you can do anything now. Okay, so that's enough. To check the new government. So then we have two opinions now that facing. Okay, the first one is the virtuous democracy. The second one is for people, common sense democracy. Okay, that's my summary. Okay, yeah. And the last point is people ask why the crisis lasts so long, 6 months, Anyway, they should finish in a week or two. Okay. I like this cover of the weekly of Matichon. This is General Brain Tim Solanun, the chairman, president of the Privy Councils, former prime ministers, and former army commander. So now he's the senior statesman of Thailand. Okay, everybody knew that from the crisis in 1992, okay, that Brain intervened, and then brought the two sides to see the king. Okay, so that's why crisis is over. Okay, and the coup 2006 also picture of you saw last time this picture that this picture also Brain brought the coup makers to see the king, but this time he scratched his head and said, "No, I cannot do it. It's so public, I can't. You don't have to hide anything now." The nice thing about this crisis is no invisible building. In the past, all this negotiation, network, always behind the scenes. Nobody know except the elite themselves. But this time, everybody knew it. Someone even predicted the version today, that they said they knew it. I don't know why they knew it, but it means that nothing hidden from the public now. Okay, so yeah, this is the tuk-tuk, the Thai, symbol, that we have, two ways, and both options, have the massive support. You have the red shirt, the had to come in, May 14 or May 10, in 100,000. Okay, they want to show the forces too. Okay, and the yellow shirt and the PDLC also have 100,000. Okay, who gonna come up on May 14. Okay, so that will be another day. If you can go vacation, then let's go before that. So you don't get caught up with the traffic in Bangkok. Okay. And the end is even threat of do we need a separatism in Thailand? A real one, not the one in the south, okay? But this one is coming from the north and northeast, they say, if there's no justice in this country, then we want to separate from the country. We don't want to be here. Okay, let's have another government, another country. Okay, so are we going to the civil war? This is from one of the Facebook, the whole problem with the world is that the fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves. Like wiser people, so full of doubts. Okay, both of ourselves, Okay, and okay, my founder of Thammasat. This is the last word before the government overthrown by the army in 1947, the coup 1947 that turned Thai democracy into more authoritarian. The democracy will last as long as we have law and morality and place have to be trustworthy, okay, sincere, okay, that's it. It looks like we're missing many of these advice. Okay, but now some people who want to overthrow everything say they found the answer. The answer is in the good people, what they call virtuous. We need virtue to solve everything that's bad in Thailand. Thank you.
Ajahn Thanet, thank you very much. Some very important points in this presentation, especially on the view of democracy, what kind of democracy we have in Thailand.